Hello everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I'm Kim. This will be a short, gentle practice. Grab a couple of yoga blocks if you have them. If you don't worry about it. You can work around. Find your way to your mat and come down onto your back. Take your feet wide toward the outer edges of your mat and allow the knees to knock in towards each other. You can bring the arms out to the side or hands to the body. Bring hands to rest on the belly, or one hand to belly, one hand to heart. Just take a moment to let yourself arrive. Allow yourself to just be here with yourself and your practice, and to let go of any doing. And just get quiet for a moment. You can close your eyes if that feels okay for you, or just find a soft and steady gaze. And feel free to make any adjustments you need to make. Wiggle, get your fidgets out. And when it feels okay for you, allow some stillness, some quiet. And begin to check in with yourself. Just noticing how you're doing today. How are you feeling? What's happening for you? Notice how your body feels. Notice how your mind feels. How does your energy feel? How does your breath feel? I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice, and to carry the intention out into your day with you. Take a couple deep breaths here. Deep breath in through your nose all the way down into the belly. And as you exhale, release the breath. Sigh it out of your mouth. Open up the mouth and let it out. Another deep breath in through the nose. And then exhaling, releasing the breath out of your mouth. One more deep breath in through the nose and then sigh it out of your mouth. And then continue deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then slowly call yourself back. You can keep hands resting on the belly or take arms out to the sides. Gently press into that right foot. Allow that right knee to gently press into the left. So we're beginning to turn on through the right inner leg. And then relax that. And now gently press into the left foot. Feel that left knee gently pressing over into the right. And then relax that. And then one more time, gently press into that right foot. So that right knee, you can feel it hugging over into the left knee. Maybe knees move a little bit towards the left. And then release. And then one more time, gently press into that left foot. Left knee will gently press into the right. And then release. And now let's walk the feet in. Bring the feet together, soles of the feet together, and allow the knees to open out to the sides. Supta Baddha Konasana. If it feels a little bit too intense as you open the legs, knees out to the side, you could tuck blocks underneath your outer legs. Give yourself a little bit of support there. Just take a few breaths. Opening through the hips and the groins. And then slowly bring the knees back up. Walk the feet about hip width. And now we'll pull the right knee in towards the chest. Hands around that knee or shin. Gently hug the leg in. And release that right foot down to the mat. Now we'll hug left knee into the chest. And then release that. And one more time, let's hug right knee into the chest. As you do, extend that left leg down the mat. And then we'll draw the left knee into the chest. Both knees draw into the chest. Release that right leg down to the mat. Hug that left knee in. And then right knee draws into the chest. Extend that left leg down the mat once more as you hug that right knee in. And then we'll take that right sole of the foot to meet the left inner thigh. Allow that right knee to drop out to the side. Finding tree pose on our back. And again, if you need a little support for this right knee, you could tuck a block underneath the knee or thigh. And then we'll pick up that right foot, press that foot down to the mat, and then draw right knee into your chest, left knee into your chest. Also, let's extend right leg down the mat, hug that left knee in, and then take that left sole of the foot to meet right inner thigh. Left knee drops out to the side. Support it with a block if you like. And then draw that left knee back in. Step that foot down to the mat. Left knee pointing up to ceiling. And then draw left knee into chest. Right knee into chest. Inner legs together. Hands to the knees. Begin to roll your knees around in some circles. Finding a little massage across the low back. And then switch the direction of your circles. And bring the knees back to center. Now roll yourself over onto the right side. So the knees are still hugged in. You roll over to the right. And then begin to open up, releasing the upper half of the body down to the mat and opening that left arm out to the left side. And then roll yourself back over on to the right side. And roll yourself onto your back, knees still hugging into chest. Let's roll everything over onto left side now. And then we'll slowly begin to open the right arm over to the right. Upper body will roll to the right. And then right arm, upper body comes back over towards the left side. You roll yourself over onto your back again. And now we'll roll over onto the right side again. This time as you do that, begin to extend the right leg down along the mat, right arm up the mat, and step the left foot to the floor on the right side of the mat. You can take your left hand and gently press it into that left thigh. And then we'll draw the left knee back into the chest, right knee into the chest as you roll over onto your back. And now we'll roll over onto the left side. And as you do that, extend that left leg down the mat, left arm up the mat, plant that right foot down to the mat. So that right knee will point up. Take the right hand and gently press into that right thigh. And then begin to roll over onto your back, hugging knees into chest. And then again, we'll roll over onto the right side. And as you do, again, extend right leg down the mat. Right arm moves up the mat, and you step that left foot over to the right side. So foot will likely come off of the mat. And rest your head on your right bicep, or bend that right elbow, tuck that right hand underneath the back of the head. Stay here, or you can plant your left hand down on the floor and use that to help you either come up onto right forearm or all the way up onto that right hand. Left hand to that left thigh, and you let that right side of the rib cage sort of drop down towards the mat as you hunch that right ear or right shoulder up towards that right ear. And then slowly you lower yourself back down onto that right side and bring it all into center. Knees draw into the chest. You roll onto your back. Let's roll it over onto the left side. Extending left leg down the mat, left arm up the mat, right foot will step over towards left side. Right hand moving to that right thigh. Holding here or bending that left elbow, tuck the hand behind the back or side of the head. Stay here, or we'll plant that right hand down and come up onto left forearm, or plant into that left palm and lift yourself up. Allow that left side of the rib cage to sink down towards the mat as you hunch that left shoulder up towards the ear, finding some space through the side body. And then slowly release yourself all the way down, and then bring everything back in to center. Rock and roll yourself a few times side to side across your low back. And then roll yourself over to one side. Press yourself up. And then we'll take it into a child's pose. So you can cross the shins over, send the legs back. Let's take the knees wide here for our child's. Send your bum back to your heels. You could tuck a blanket underneath the knees here if you like a little extra cushion. And give the hips a little rock from side to side. And then bring your hips to center, or walk hands and torso over towards right knee thigh. And come up onto the finger pads if you like, reaching out through the left fingers, out through the right fingers, finding this opening through the side body. At the same time, you're getting this opening through the hips and the groins. And then we'll walk the hands through center, take yourself over to the left side, reaching out through the right finger pads, feeling that opening through the side body up into that right armpit. And then we'll walk it back to center and then take it up into a table. Walk the knees in a little bit so knees are hip width. Let's roll through some cat-cow, lifting the tail, softening the belly, lifting the heart and the gaze, and then rounding the back up towards the ceiling as you drop the tailbone down. And then a few times rolling through your cat-cow, taking it nice and easy. And then bring yourself back into your table. We'll extend the right leg back behind you, hip level-ish. Now draw that right foot over towards the left side and lower the ball of that foot down to the mat. So the foot will come off the mat. And then peek over towards that right foot. So little side body crunch through the left side. Little opening through the right side of the body, and then we'll bring it back to center, lifting that right leg up, and knee comes back down to the mat. Now extend the left leg out, hip level-ish. We'll take that left foot all the way over and off of the right side of the mat, come down onto ball of that foot, and gently peek yourself over towards that foot. Bring yourself back to center. Release that knee down to the mat. Grab your blocks and just have them handy along the sides of your mat. We'll take that right leg back again, hip level-ish, and then bend the right knee. Round up through the back. Begin to hug that knee up towards nose, chest, forehead, and then step or carry that right foot up, and we'll take it into a low lunge, right knee tracking over ankle. Press down into the feet, bring the hands to that front thigh, hands pressing into the thigh, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Allow that left hip to drop down a little bit and open through the front of that hip. And then hands down to the mat. Let's step it back into table. We'll extend that left leg back behind. Now bend that left knee. Draw it in, nose, chest, forehead. Step that left foot up, top of the mat. Knee over the ankle. Press down into the feet. Lift up. Hands come to that left thigh. Press into the thigh. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Hands back down to the mat, and you step yourself back into your table, and then other side again, right leg back. We'll bend that right knee, draw it in, step right foot up, top of the mat. Again, press down into that right foot, left knee, foot, shin, hug in and up through the inner legs, hands to that front thigh. Crown of the head reaching up. Now take your block, right side of the mat, fingers to the top of that block. We'll reach that left arm up along the ear, and then gently arch yourself over to that right side. Reaching up and out through those right fingers. Really feeling this through the front of that left hip. And then bring yourself back up. Let's reach the right arm up also. Both arms reaching up, side body long. Hands come back down to the mat and step yourself back into your table. Other side, send left leg back, bend that left knee, round up through your back, step or carry that left foot up top of the mat, press into the foot, lift up, hands come to that left thigh, press down into the thigh, lengthen up through the side body, through the crown of the head. Now we'll take block over to the left side of the mat. Left fingers come to the top of that left block. We'll reach that right arm up. We're pressing down through the feet, hugging in through inner thighs. Lengthening up through the side body, up through the spine, up through those right fingers, and then you gently fold yourself over towards that left side this time. And then bring yourself back up. Reach up through those right fingers. Let's reach the left arm up as well. And then take the hands down to the mat. Step yourself back. For a moment, come to sit on your heels. And then we'll drop over to one hip. Bring yourself around into a seated position, and you could sit up on something here. Block, blanket to give yourself a little bit of height and elevate the hips. We'll take soles of the feet together, knees wide. Hands to ankles, shins, rooting into sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall. And then we'll open the legs wide. Coming into Upavishta Konasana. Could have a bend in the knees here if you need it. Toes, knees pointing up. Let's take fingers behind you, underneath shoulders. Press down into the fingers. Lengthen up through the crown. And then we'll take that right hand inside of that right leg, reaching down the leg towards the foot. Side bend over to the right. Reach that left arm up over the ear. And then bring yourself up to center. We'll switch it over to the other side. Left hand reaches down that left leg, moving in the direction of the foot, and you slowly fold yourself over to the left. Right arm reaching up over the ear, heart spinning up. And then back up to center you come. One more time to each side. Right hand moves down the inside of that right leg. Left arm reaches up over the ear. Side bending over to the right. And then back up to center. Other side. Left hand moves down that left leg. Folding it over to the left. Right arm up over the ear. And then bring it back up to center. Hands underneath the thighs. Pick up the legs. We'll bring the feet back in. Soles of feet together again. Pressing down into the fingers behind you, sitting up nice and tall. And you stay right here. Or you could begin to walk the hands forward. Nice long spine. Keeping those natural curves in the spine so we're not rounding out through the back here. Heart reaching towards the toes. And then lift yourself back up. Hands under the knees. Pull the legs together. Plant the feet down to the mat. Reach forward with the arms and slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Again, you could take the feet wide here. Let the knees knock in towards each other. Hands to the sides or hands to rest on your body. If you like, you could extend the legs down the mat, finding your way into Shavasana, or you can keep the knees bent and the feet on the mat. And checking in with yourself again here to notice how you're feeling now. Noticing if anything is shifted. And come back to our intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with ourselves. Smile. Thank yourself for taking this time for you and for your yoga practice. Take a deep breath in through your nose, sigh it out of your mouth, make an audible sigh. And then slowly find your way over to one side. Press into your hands and bring yourself all the way back up. Finding a comfortable seat. Bring your palms together at your heart. Thank you so much for sharing this short, gentle practice with me. Hope it helped. With love and gratitude. Namaste.